Congratulations to the New York Knicks for winning the NBA championship last night.
Awesome.
Man, these playoffs just flew by. Oh, wait. Oh, they just won a game against the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought they were going to have a parade today. What is it, the Canyon of Champions?
Yeah, the heroes.
Yeah, here we go. Come on in. We're going to celebrate. We beat the Atlanta Hawks at home. Game 2 of a first-round series. You got to start somewhere, right? This is how it sounded. Here's the final call on MSG Network last night.
The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Knicks get their first playoff victory in 8 years.
That's Mike Breen, the Hall of Famer, with the call. I got to talk to Breeny. Come on. And then you had the crowd spilling out into the streets there and celebrating. You had guys with their shirts off, jump around. You know, I'm waiting for cars to be turned over. Go, New York, go. Yes, Paulie.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mike Breen didn't finish that with "Do you believe in miracles?" Just dust that one off. Al would like it.
Man, a once proud franchise now celebrating like they just won a title after beating the Atlanta Hawks.
Once.
You've been irrelevant for years. You've been inside for over a year, and you got to come outside and party last night. Well, now the series shifts back to Atlanta. Here is Trae Young of the Hawks after the loss.
I'm always going to continue to do what I do, and try to make the right reads every play, every possession, and try to help put my team in the best position. And that's all I can focus on. And if we do that, I think we'll be in a good position.
All right. You know, they played really well in the first half. They think up by 13 at halftime. And then Julius Randle, Derrick Rose was wonderful. And for those of you who don't remember Derrick Rose when he first came into the league, he was a guy, he was a slasher. There was like Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose, similar games there when they first came into the league. They were taking it to the hoop. Ja Morant, who had an unbelievable performance last night, is a smaller version of Derrick Rose, but taking it to the hoop, not known for a great outside jumper. But you saw that last night with Derrick Rose. He scored 26. That is the first postseason win at Madison Square Garden in over 8 years. The last time they had a playoff victory at home, the Knicks beat the Pacers in May of 2013. But Derrick Rose was fun last night, and he was emotional last night after the game. He had this to say.
I am a totally different player. Not only did I change my game, but I feel like the numbers say that, where people have to defend me differently. They're putting bigger guys on me. They can't go on the screens anymore. Just everything. I changed my game.
He was very relevant, signed a huge shoe deal with Adidas, MVP, and then had a couple of injuries. Now he's relevant again, but good for him. But you got a coach who believes in him. Tom Thibodeau was there, during the salad days where he was great. But then, nobody wants to play for Tom Thibodeau because he's a tough-minded coach who wants you to play defense. You're like, ugh. But they got something, There's a little bit of magic. But, keep in mind, if Zion had gone there, I truly believe, and I don't have any information, just gut feeling, if they had gotten Zion, now all of a sudden does Kevin Durant, does Kyrie Irving, do they look at the Knicks differently? Because Durant basically said, I blew right by New York. I went right into Brooklyn. And he was saying, look, at my age, my generation, we don't think the Knicks are cool. We don't care about the Garden that rocked back in 1970 or 73. We don't care. Although, if the Nets would win the title, where are they going to hold their parade? Are they going to have enough people to hold a parade? Because last night reminded you of what the Garden can be and sound like. I don't know if the Knicks can generate anything near that, or the Nets can generate anything near that. I don't even know if they have a fan base. It seems a little, McLevin, you're one of the celebrity fans.
Well, it's not just that there's no Brooklyn Nets fans. It's just James Harden has played 9 games in the uniform. There's just no – Kevin Durant has played a handful of games. There's no connection to these players.
Well, they had the parade in Manhattan. Would they have it in Manhattan and go across the Brooklyn Bridge? I'm way ahead of myself because how are the Nets going to get past the Knicks? That's what I want to know when those two meet up.
They can't start in Manhattan. That's the whole point of being the Brooklyn Nets. You have to start in Brooklyn.
Oh, I know, but you remind people in Manhattan who won the title, hey, we're going to start here.
That's good.
We're going to finish over here. I'm getting way ahead of myself. It's only one big win by my Knicks. Yes, Seton.
Andrew, I think, made a really interesting point, though, that there's no fan connection to the Nets at all. No, none whatsoever.
No. Hey, we got some cool jerseys. We got some really good players, and we got an interesting-looking court. Come on in and watch us play. Plenty of seats still available.
Yeah, Blake Griffin's been there for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. The Knicks and Hawks probably aren't going to play in the NBA Finals. New York is not a good team. You know, it's an interesting team, not a good team. And their matchup was pretty intense. It certainly felt that way last night. And, you know, Atlanta's young. The Knicks play hard. They have to with their head coach. But now the Hawks go home. They got what they wanted. They got a split there in New York. Both teams finished the season with the same record, and it feels like the series is wide open. I picked the Hawks to win this series. What makes it interesting is there are contrasting styles. The Knicks, I guess you would say they're gritty under Tom Thibodeau. They play tough. Julius Randle, Derrick Rose. The Hawks more of a finesse team. When they go cold from the field, ball game. It doesn't matter. In that first half, though, they look great. Trae Young had 20 points at halftime, and then all of a sudden, the Knicks started to play some pretty good defense. Here is Taj Gibson, the Knicks forward, after the game.
It's some magical stuff right now. I don't know how to explain it. It's just every day that I come in, it's just surreal. And you got to pinch yourself because you're playing in the Garden. It's one of the toughest places to play, but it's one of the beautifulest places to play when you're on the right, when you're right. And we're trying to do some special things here. And right now we're laying on the groundwork for it, and it's an awesome feeling.
All right, good. Got something special. This is more Knicks coverage today in the last 8 minutes than we've given them in the last 8 years, I think. I think this is pretty much it. This program brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Vans. They go far beyond from their customization options, cutting-edge tech, 5-star sales service, financial support crew. Go the extra mile, taking the all-important first step into an authorized dealership today. I did notice in the celebration, there were a lot of younger fans in there because older fans understand the magnitude of these moments in playoff basketball in the Garden. Younger fans, they haven't experienced any of this. Now, it might be just an excuse to just get out. You've had cabin fever. You've been stuck in your small studio apartment, and you want to go out and you want to rage a little bit. And maybe there was a little bit of that. But still, this should be a reminder for those who are old enough to know when the Garden rocked. And there are wonderful venues. There are wonderful home court advantages. But when the Garden rocks, they rock better than anybody. And a lot of it is the sound quality in there. And if you're in there and you look up in the ceiling and you just see how it's built, like they had to build that arena, it felt like, with the sounds, the cacophony of sounds that you have and what it does, because it's like Seattle, a football game, in Seattle. But you walk in, there's one entrance when you go into the Garden. And the main entrance there, when you walk in and everybody kind of congregates there, and you saw that last night after the game. Yes, Paulie.
You know what we need, though? We need the Clippers to clean things up and get Clippers-Lakers in a nice 7-game series and Knicks-Nets in a 7-game series. This is good TV. We need all that to happen.
Subway series is...
What do they call a series in Los
Freeway
Angeles?
series.
Freeway. Yeah. Well, it's not even a freeway. They're in the same building.
Yeah, for Angels, Dodgers would be freeways.
Like I don't know.
Roommate series? Doesn't flow as well, but
No, it doesn't.
they share a house together.
Yeah.
The little brother, the Clippers.
They share a house, but not a home.
Right.